Hey, and welcome to the XMwize PodBLAST, real talk in bold, bite-sized episodes. I'm Debbie Potgieter, and in each couch-style conversation, we sit down with local thought leaders to unpack the stuff that shapes how we think, lead, and live. No fluff, just relatable insights in under 15 minutes. Because around here, we believe in one thing: we make every interaction count. Welcome to XMwize PodBLAST. My name is Debbie Potgieter, and today I am so excited to have Wendy Selebi back in studio with us, and we are talking to her about her new book, which is I Wish Someone Had Told Me. Wendy, welcome back.
Thank you, Debbie, for having me.
It's always a pleasure, and we thoroughly enjoyed the last PodBLAST. Wendy, what inspired you to write this book?
So, Debbie, what inspired me to write the book actually happened at my 50th birthday, which was so weird. My aunt, when she was giving her speech, she stood up there and she said, I hope that now that you are 50, you are prepared for retirement. Remember that in our family lineage, we live much longer. And I'm hoping that your finances are in order. So, at first I thought, wow, how can we be talking about that at my 50th birthday? We should be celebrating and having fun. But that triggered something in me, because on Monday I went back to work and I checked. You know, they always send us those statements that tell you how much money you have, and you get all hyped up to say, oh, I've got 6 million or 8 million or whatever the number is. And of course, when I checked, then I got a letter. They always send you a thing that says, if it is green, you're good. If it is amber, you are treading on thin ice. And if it is red, if you were to go on retirement, you would then need to either continue working, etc. So that sparked me writing the book, because I realized that I had gone through the better part of, my journey, working, not having really thought through, what my finances were looking like. And that's why I wrote the book.
And Wendy, I believe there are millions of people out there that haven't yet sorted out their financial journey. They haven't yet looked at their retirement. They are hoping to work for longer. And unfortunately, if you're not committed to a corporate company who's going to make sure that your retirement is saved for you, and you're working in smaller companies or you're working for yourself, that discipline is even more important in terms of saving for your retirement and being aware of how much you need based on how long you think you're going to live, and know that you're going to live longer than what you normally originally thought. So I reward and acknowledge your aunt for stepping up and saying, happy birthday, Wendy, you're 50, and what else is happening? But tell me, what are the nuggets that you've written about? What are the things you wish someone had told you?
So the first thing that when you read my book, I talk about my late dad, the words that my dad used to speak. And I literally just talk around how words are powerful, how words, stick in your subconscious mind. And without you being aware, you live out what has been said. So I want to every parent that's watching, or everyone that's watching, be careful with how you use words, because words are a creative force. So my dad used to speak things. If I bought a car, he would elevate that and say it's this brand that he had in mind for me. If I bought a house, he would say, oh, my daughter lives in a mansion. I'm thinking, why would he say that? And so what I was not aware of is that everything that my dad used to say lodged in my subconscious mind. And as I was working to achieve all of the things that he had said. And yet we had never had the conversation about money and how to achieve that. So that is one of the most important things that I touch on. And the second one is that for every person, whether they are young or older, that steps into a new job opportunity, they need to know that the first day you step into that work environment, you are also one step away from retirement. Therefore, you have to start from day one putting away money for your retirement. I mean, when I was asked by the HR what age I wanted to retire, I was like, why are we even talking about retirement here? I mean, I'm only 25. That retirement is going to come in the next 30 to 40 years, and this is what the behavioral science talks about, to say, most of us like to prioritize the now and forget about the future. And so I wrote this book as well to say, prioritize your future and prioritize your now. So those are some of the nuggets that I talk about. And I also talk about credit. That credit can either be your friend or it can be your enemy. Because if you don't know how to use credit, and I think most of us use credit, but we don't know how credit works, and how misunderstanding how credit works can get us into debt. And of course, I talk about credit gluttony. That, credit is like if you have a slice of bread that's got jam and peanut butter and you eat the slice. At the end, something says, let's get more. And you take another slice and another. And before you know it, you finished half a loaf. And that's what happens with credit. So I've written about that. Then I've got a chapter where I talk to the young people, actually, and even older people, about microwave success. A lot of people want to start working today and be successful in the next 6 months or so. And that is what puts a lot of people's finances into danger, because then what do? You fall into these schemes, these Ponzi schemes where they promise you great returns because you want to have things now. You don't have the patience to wait for them. And of course, the most important chapter for me in the book is the chapter where I talk about financial vision. That each person that starts work must have a vision for their finances. And how you do that, you start by answering your big why. Why are you working? Why are you always broke? Why do you run out of money before month end, And so if you answer the why for yourself, then it will lead you to the what, the when, the how, and the who. And that helps you to write a vision. And as you would know, Debbie, vision is a picture of a preferred future. So you write about the financial vision. You acknowledge that today I'm in this space where I don't have a lot of money, but in the future, I envisage myself, I see myself as being, someone that's doing well. So everything that you do, your purpose is then, geared towards achieving that vision. And of course, then you set goals that align with your vision and with your purpose. So those are just some of the nuggets about what's in the book.
Well, I need to get my hands on that book immediately, because every chapter seems like it is a have to know. It's not, I would like to know, or maybe this could help you. You have to know the importance of each of those chapters you put forward. One that really strikes me is credit. And it's because much of my career I've worked in trying to help people in financial difficulty. And I've always believed, and I've said this to you many times, Wendy, in conversation, that people don't wake up to choose to not want to pay their bills. Good people fall on bad times, and they have maybe experienced a bit of credit gluttony, or they've lost a job, or something's happened at home. And so they now need to get to a position where they need help. And I've seen too many people lose everything because they haven't been responsible in that credit journey. So if there is one or two nuggets that you would give our viewers out there today as we close off on this powerful episode around how to be responsible about credit. Because you and I know, though, as well, that there's credit that can generate wealth, like buying a home and looking after that home. But there's credit, like credit cards, that may do the opposite. I'd love to hear from you in your closing remarks.
Sure. Thank you, Debbie. And, I really would like to thank you because many of the people that I know and my friends, fell into hard times because of the COVID, after effects, and not because they were careless with their money, as you've said, but because the situation changed and they found themselves in that spot. And, you were able to assist so many of them. So thank you for that. And just to build on what you've said, there is indeed good credit and bad credit. And so what's important is that we must make the right financial choices. A good credit will really grow you, but bad credit will take away from you. So what I want to say is that the first thing is that pace yourself. This easy come, easy go, this wanting to achieve everything at once is what becomes detrimental. Pace yourself. If you're using a credit card, I always say to people, they give you a credit limit of 30,000 as an example. It is not a target. Most of us go out and go to the mall and we want to see how quickly we can finish the 30,000. But the 30,000 is there to help you in times of challenges. Or if you need an item, I always say to people, buy one item for 10,000, pay it off. Once you've paid it, buy a second item. So that's my first, thing that I would like to say, pace yourself. The second one is that pay your accounts on time. Make sure that you don't skip your account. If you are in a pickle, speak to your creditors. Let them know that I am going through a challenging time. Make those arrangements, and then they'll be able, to understand, like you did when you helped out the many friends that I referred to you. And, the third thing is that get wisdom and knowledge. It's available. It's not like during our times. There's podcasts. There's Google, there's everybody, there's your banker. Get information, educate yourself around credit and how it works so that you can use it to your advantage and not to your disadvantage.
Wendy, the standout comment for me today on this episode is do not use your credit limit as a target. It's incredible and I laugh because so many people do use it as a target. Your wisdom is profound. Thank you. To our listeners, this has been a wonderful PodBLAST. I recommend that you seek out Wendy's book or to listen to further PodBLAST where we will take into account more of her wisdom. Today was about getting the nuggets of what you could know earlier. Today is the chance that you can step up, take control of your finances. If you don't know, ask, find out, learn. This is not something you can play ostrich and bury your head under the sand. This is something that's going to leave a legacy for yourself and your family. And when you retire one day, you want to retire in a position that you don't have to struggle. So I wish you all well. Please like our podcast, share it, comment on it. Tell us how you feel about the content and what more you would like to hear from us. Thanks for joining us on XMwize PodBLAST. where we believe every experience counts and small insights spark big shifts. Follow us for more episodes, tag us with your takeaways, and let us keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay curious, stay human.